All right. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope everybody is doing okay today. Let me pause this so I'm not getting any feedback over here. How do I get that off? Give me just a second. I'm trying to set everything up. I'm trying to open the Facebook chat so I can see that as well. Looks like we are live over there, so hopefully we're good everywhere. And the reason I'm doing this this live video today is because I do have a Kickstarter going on, and we are under 36 hours to go at this point. So I'll be talking a little bit about that. But if anybody does happen to join me live, I will do like a Q&A or whatever. You guys can ask me whatever you want, and I'll just chat with you for a little bit as I talk about this stuff. So I'm trying to wait around to see if anybody's going to pop on. It doesn't look like I have any live viewers at the moment. So I'll just continue to pull some stuff up here so I can screen share some stuff. I will give a fair warning that if I do cut out or if it lags at all or anything like that, I've been having some trouble with my laptop, so there's a possibility that it could cut out on me. It could freeze. I hope that does not happen. I'm hoping that it stays on and running and everything. So far, so good. So we shall see. Looks like I do finally have one viewer live with me. So thank you, whoever you are. And I'll also tell you if there are comments coming in through Facebook, when I'm using StreamYard to stream this. So when they come into StreamYard, it doesn't tell me who they are. I do have the Facebook open, but if it starts kind of making me lag or whatever, I'll have to close it. So I just want to let everybody know that. And but I'm going to try to keep up with all the comments and see how that goes. So, all right, just open the comments for the Facebook. Can I pause this? I guess. Anyway, so, and my live viewer's gone. So I guess I'm back to talking to myself. Thank you for the like, whoever gave that. So, yeah, so I've got the Kickstarter for the Last Ember going on in 36 hours. That's midnight Central Time. So 1 a.m. Eastern Time, 10 p.m. Pacific Time tomorrow night. So we still got plenty of time. And it's gone really well. I can't say I have too many complaints for this one. My goal was fairly low for this one. It was 1,500. This book is done. And if you don't know what The Last Ember is, it's a comic book that I write. And it's the comic book that I've been working on and off since we launched Last Ember Press back in 2015. So it is a modern fantasy / action adventure superhero kind of book. It's about a teenage girl named Ember who, wait, I'm getting some feedback actually. Yeah, I'm gonna have to close the Facebook one because it's causing some problems over there. Sorry about that. Hopefully the comments will come in and I'll be able to converse with you guys. So I apologize for that. But anyway, it's about a teenage girl who gets these powers of a fire goddess, and she doesn't understand why. She comes to learn later on that she is the last fire goddess, and she has to figure out what to do with these powers, what purpose her life now serves, how she's going to protect those that she loves. And in the meantime, she's dealing with school bullies, people lurking in the shadows, watching her every move, and others hunting down people like her and coming for her, bent on her destruction. So she's got a lot of things going on in her world. And now she's got all these powers to go along with it. So it's a crazy world for Ember. But yeah, I'm just going to talk a little bit about, I guess, life in general until some more people come on. It's been crazy doing this Kickstarter with everything going on right now. And I'm not going to get into all that. But aside from the big issues that we're all dealing with, all around us, it's been kind of whirlwind for me because over the past month or so, like just over a month ago, I got married. So, and we had these big plans for our wedding and everything, where we're going to bring in people from like 3 or 4 different states and rent this house and do all this stuff. And then of course, COVID and the shutdowns and all that happened. And we had to change our plans and do this live stream wedding thing in San Antonio, which is about 5 hours from me. So over the course of the past month or so, I've driven back and forth to San Antonio 3 times. So I've spent 30 hours on the road, uh, both with the wedding and house hunting and just all this stuff, trying to get everything together. And in the meantime, I decided, hey, I'm going to be insane and launch a Kickstarter in the middle of all of that, all the stuff going on in the world, plus my wedding and house hunting and moving and all this stuff, because I'm a crazy person and I like to make things very difficult for myself, apparently. So that's what's going on. So yeah, I got married on May 16th. We live streamed to our friends and family, and then I launched the Kickstarter 2 weeks later for the Last Ember. And here we are, 36 hours from the cutoff, and we're doing really well. Goal is 1,500. I'm currently sitting at $2,744, about 182% funded. We've unlocked 5 stretch goals so far. We're only $6 away from the 6th stretch goal. And so yeah, it's been amazing. The support for this book has been incredible. This is a really cool 60-page remastered version of The Last Ember 0 and 1 combined with a bunch of extra content. One of the extra content pieces, and by the way, if you're watching this live, please leave some comments, some questions, or whatever. It doesn't have to be related to the Kickstarter, but it can be, and I'll talk with you. Hopefully they'll pop up in the chat here, and I can answer you live. But so one cool extra that's in this book that I've not shared elsewhere, I don't think, at least not in print, is a prose excerpt from a novella that I'm writing that ties into the Emberverse. And it's something I started, I guess, over a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, I think. And I'm several chapters in. I've got a long way to go on it, but if anybody read The Last Ember number 0, the first 8 pages of that was a short story, a flashback story of a character named Ashley, and her story ties into Embers. They're very similar in these powers that they have. So this prose story is set in medieval times, and it's about Ashley, and it follows off of that 8-page story. So there's an excerpt of that novella in this comic. So that's a really cool extra that I'm proud of, and I'm eager to share. I'm a little nervous, and I'm looking forward to the feedback that I might get after people have read it, and hopefully it gets people excited for this novella coming up. And if that one's successful, maybe I'll continue that and kind of do the backstory of the Emberverse in prose format. I think that would be a cool side thing to do with the series. And another thing I'm really excited about with this Kickstarter, you can see this in, I don't know how well that's shown up on screen, but this is one of the variant covers I have for the campaign. And I just announced Monday that the creative team that did this image is the new creative team for the comic series going forward. So next issue and on, you're going to see this art inside the book. I'm really excited about that. Federico Sabatini is the artist, pencils and inks, and Andreas Celestini did the colors, and it just looks amazing. I've worked with them before as a letterer on a project that they were doing, and I've been a fan of both of their work ever since, and I've seen them work together and separately on various things, so I'm excited to bring them into the Ember fold. They're excited to be part of the team as well. What's up, Jordan? What's going on, man? Thanks for dropping in. And yeah, so I'm so excited for that next issue, just to be able to share that and have that art, because it just pops. It pops off the screen. It pops off the page. And I just can't wait to see Ember full on in that style. I think it's going to be fun. And no disrespect to any art that I've had in the book to date. It's all been really good. I'm just really excited about this team because I've wanted to work with them for a few years, and this was the first opportunity that I had to do so. So I'm really excited to work with Federico and Andrea. And yeah, so that's I'll go ahead and say it. I'm hoping that that's going to come in October. So the next issue, I'll be doing a Kickstarter for it in October, and I'm looking to have a good amount of the art done by then. So we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted. It's exciting times for Ember. So yeah, are there any questions, any comments, anything you guys want to know about the series, about the Kickstarter, about me, about life. I don't care. I don't know. Again, I'm $6 away from the sixth stretch goal, and I'll go ahead and say this: if we reach this stretch goal, there might be something else coming after that if we're lucky enough to keep going after that. So we'll see. Not Facebook. Kickstarter is telling me 35 hours to go. I beg to differ. It's well, I guess it is like 35 and a half ish, but yeah, it ends again for anybody that's just tuning in. It ends tomorrow night at midnight Central Time. So there's not much time left. Oh, and one thing. Let me see if I can screen share it. I do want to talk about my friend Kat also has a Kickstarter going on right now for Like Father, Like Daughter. And we are doing some cool crossover promotions. We just announced last night that anybody that backs both of our campaigns for $1 will get 2 free digital comics, one from her, one from me. For me, it's The Secrets of Willamist issue 1, bare bones digital copy. And from her, it's they call her the Dancer issue number 1. And both of those are also female leads. So really cool deal there just for $1. But if you upgrade that to a physical level on both campaigns, we're doing this crossover print, which I'm going to try to screen share. There we go. So let me see if I can zoom in on that. We're doing this crossover print by an artist named Linnea. Goes by Paper Cat on Twitter. This is a beautiful digitally painted piece featuring both of our characters. That's Ember, obviously, and that's Casey from Like Father, Like Daughter. So if you do a physical level on both campaigns, you'll get that print, and so that's pretty cool. So Kat's ends a little earlier than mine. I think hers ends at 8:30 Eastern. So go check that out. Jordan's got a couple of questions. Where did the idea of Ember come from? So I've told this story in other places, so I'll try to be brief with it. But basically, when we finally named the company Last Ember Press, I was designing the logo, and I was getting inspiration on these flame designs and everything. And let me see if I can. I don't think I have. Oh yeah, cool. So actually, I want to do a call out real quick. These 2 tumblers were gifted to me by a grade school friend of mine. It's a wedding gift, and her name's Amy Beasley, and she sent these to me, and they actually have our names on the back. This was really cool. I was not expecting this at all. So let's see. This one is Lisa's, and this one is mine. But yeah, so this flame design right here, I was working on this, and when I showed it to Lisa, she pointed out, and she said, "Did you do this on purpose? Because it kind of looks like there's a girl in the middle of the flame." And I'm like, "No, but I wish I had, so I could take the credit for that. But no, this was a complete mistake." And she then said, "Hey, we could call her Ember. Could be kind of our mascot." And I'm like, "Well, if that's the case, then we kind of need to do a comic featuring Ember." And long story short, it became The Last Ember. My buddy John Wilson and I brainstormed some ideas and got some feedback from Lisa. And we came up with this idea to kind of mix fantasy and modern day, present day, events and mythology, and kind of wrap it all into one. And slowly but surely it became The Last Ember. So that's where the idea originally came from. It came from an accidental image of a girl in a flame for a logo that I was designing. And I wish I could take more credit for that. Like it was, this genius plan that I had to put this girl in the middle of this flame, but I did not do it on purpose. But I'm happy with the results because it led to The Last Ember. Has it always been an idea in your head? No, I never had any intention on writing Ember at all. I do love fantasy. I've always loved fantasy, and I've always wanted to write something with fantasy aspects. But I thought it was important for like the standard bearer of our company to have a foot in present day as well. So when we were crafting the idea for The Last Ember, that's why we kind of kept it based in pseudo reality and just added the mythology and fantasy elements around it. So yeah, it was not always in my head, but once it got there, it won't let go. And I'm always thinking about Ember and what I can do with the character and her world. I've always wanted to build a fantasy world, and I've always loved superhero comics as well. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. And so I get to play with both in the same story. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, happy accidents. I love those. Those are the best kind, right? Uh, not expecting it, and then it happens. Let's see. It's like somebody is messaging me. Sorry. I was trying to make sure I didn't have any other comments that I wasn't seeing. So if any of your comments are not coming through, by the way, if I'm not seeing them, please message me and let me know so I can go check the Facebook stream and make sure that everything is good there and I'm getting all those comments. I'm seeing Jordan's. That's the only comments I'm seeing so far. So if you have posted a comment, I haven't seen it yet. So just letting you know. But yeah, so any other questions about Ember or the creation of Ember or the Kickstarter, or anything like that, just post them in the chat and I will try to answer. And we just hit the 6 stretch goal. So thank you, whoever increased, because it doesn't look like I have more backers. It just looks like I have an increase. So that's cool. Yeah, my buddy Phil increased your pledge, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. If you're watching, I really appreciate that. So we've just hit our 6 stretch goal, which means everybody that's backed at $25 and above is going to get the Last Ember logo magnet added to their pledge. So that's really cool. I was looking forward to releasing that. So now I will announce that there is another stretch goal, a mystery stretch goal that I am unlocking if we hit 3,000. So if we're fortunate enough to hit 3,000 before the campaign ends, I will reveal what that is, or if we get close to it, I'll reveal what that is. But it's a cool addition. Maybe an upgrade. I'm not going to really give it away. I'm just going to kind of tease it that we have something else to add if we reach 3,000. So yeah, we're not that far away. What, $249 away from 3,000. So that I'll be honest, like my goal is 1,500, but my internal goal was 3,000. I was really hoping to get 3,000 on this one, and 150 backers. I'm at 141, so I'm really close to both of those milestones. So I want to do something special if we reach either one. So we'll see what happens. Jordan says I'm going to sign up later today. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, so looking forward to that. And so we know at least it's going to go up a little bit later. So that's awesome. That's awesome to hear. Let's see. Yesterday I added add-ons. So anybody that is a backer, there's a whole list of add-ons. A few people were asking me about them. So you can get like extra copies of any cover, any of the lettered covers. Actually any cover. I put the Virgin ones on there as well. So any cover. There's prints. There's a Last Ember Press bundle. If you haven't tried our books yet, you can add that on as well. Sticker back, so on and so forth. But yeah, we got a lot of options on this Kickstarter. I wanted to make sure that I had a lot of stuff for everybody. There's also which is what Phil actually up this pledge to. I appreciate it, Phil. But there's sorry if I shouldn't have said that on live. I don't know why I did. But anyway, there's a limited wooden Ember keychain. We have 14 left of those. It was limited to 25. We only have 25. We only made 25. We're not making any more. So there is a very limited offering, and there are 14 left. So if there's more left after the campaign, maybe I'll do a last minute add-on for them and people can get them that way. But otherwise, it's really cool. I showed it off in a video. There's a video on the page, on the Kickstarter page, showing it off. And it's really neat. It's made out of wood, and it has like this shine, this glare to the front of it. The way that they painted it or whatever, it looks really cool. I'm really happy with it. I did hold one back for myself, obviously, but yeah, we still have a few of those left. Excuse me, I'm getting hoarse. I'm not getting a horse. I'm getting hoarse. That was a dumb joke. I'm not even a dad. That was a dad joke. That was terrible. I'm guessing I'll get digital as I'm from across that ocean. Yeah. That's totally fine, Jordan. I totally understand that. I get it. My shipping rates for this Kickstarter aren't that bad, so you may look at it. I hope they're going to be okay for me. We'll see. But they're not that bad this time, so you might look into it. But otherwise, I completely understand. I get that. So I appreciate – I don't care if you gave $1, got the digital tier, whatever. I appreciate any support. And if anybody's watching and you can't support it financially, go share it. Like I said, 35 and a half hours left. So, all the promotion, it can't hurt, right? So just go out there and share it with your friends, and I'll appreciate that. So last time I tried to get across the sea was expensive, but we'll see. Yeah, no, I totally get that. I have backed some stuff from overseas as well myself, and it does get pretty high. So I completely get that. So you can't post comments to some destinations. Why is it doing that? I don't know. Let's check in with the Facebook, make sure. I think Lisa might actually be watching. Lisa, if you're watching, let me know if there's any comments I'm missing. Just send me a message and let me know. I just want to make sure that I'm answering everybody. So, I already kind of talked about the plans going forward for the Last Ember. We got the new team. What I haven't talked about is kind of a slight change in direction for the series, and not really story-wise. Like I'm restructuring just a tiny bit of the story that I already have prepared for the next issue, just to make a slight adjustment, which is basically starting with next issue. It's going to be a series of miniseries. So it's going to, because I'm introducing a new creative team, I'm just going to kind of use this book, The Last Ember #1 Reforged, as kind of a springboard to jump off from and kind of dive into not really a new story, because it's continuing right off of it, but I'm just kind of packaging it in a way it's a brand new miniseries. So next issue will be the first issue of that miniseries. But it is effectively The Last Ember #2. I don't know how I'm going to number it or title it, or what kind of subtitle I'm going to use or whatever. But I thought that was important, because I want to kind of start the new era with this new creative team that I'm so excited to work with on this. And I've been very fortunate with the artists that I've worked with so far. Rudy Sasito did issue 0, and Julia did issue 1, Julia Lally, and both of them were a pleasure to work with. And but I just, it's time for something new, and I can't wait. I can't wait to share that with you guys, and the direction that the story's taken. There's some twists and turns coming that I don't think a lot of people are going to be expecting. Some interesting characters and character moments that are going to happen with some people that you've already met in the book that you're totally not going to expect, I think. And I can't wait. I don't want to say any more than that, because it's going to spoil something, but I think it's going to be exciting. And there's some twists and turns happening to the world itself that I'm really eager to get into. And that's, you're going to start seeing seeds of that in this next chapter. So can't wait for that. And we actually we're going to get to know some of the characters that you've met in issue 1 a little bit better in this next issue, and that's going to kind of lead us down that path to some of those reveals. Just marvel it and make every new issue #1. Yeah, you know what? It's kind of funny. I was joking, like I was talking to Lisa about this idea to do this as a miniseries now, and I was like, I can't launch another Last Ember #1 on Kickstarter. People will not be happy with me. They'll be like, no, I've already done this, and I'm like, no, it's not the same book. It's a different book. So I don't know. Not every issue, but maybe every few issues, and maybe I'll do like a legacy number. Maybe I'll have like issue 1 / issue 2. I don't know. That's kind of dumb. Maybe down the line, maybe once I get to like issue 10 or something, it'll be like issue 1 / issue 10. No, I'm totally joking. I'm not going to do that, but it is a funny thought. So let's see if Lisa messaged me. I don't see any. So okay, cool. Not missing any messages yet. So if anybody has any other comments, questions, or I was about to say suggestions, I guess you can suggest stuff to me. I don't know. Um, yeah, it's just I'm really pleased with how this Kickstarter's gone. I didn't expect to unlock all my stretch goals, and yet here we are. Um, I don't think we've ever this is my seventh successful Kickstarter that I've run, between like mine, Chris's, Lisa's, and John's collectively for Last Ember Press. And I don't think we've ever unlocked all our stretch goals. So in that regard, this campaign is our most successful in terms of that. Um, I think the Secrets of Willamette issue 1 is probably our most successful Kickstarter to date overall, just because it went so far over our goal. But this one is on the heels of that. It may unseat it as the champion. So we'll see once all is said and done in about 35 hours or so. I'm gonna take a drink now because I'm getting quite parched. Sorry for the silence. Yeah, so let me talk a little about my friend Kat's Kickstarter for Like Father, Like Daughter. Kat and I decided to launch together. I got some buddies in the Comics Launch Mastermind of mine, John Eddingfield and Ryan Kroboth, who always launch together, and it's kind of become a trend, and people are learning that it's better to launch with a buddy. It's kind of like going swimming. It's better to do it with a buddy, and this go around, Kat is my main launch buddy. I actually had like 20 launch buddies this time, which I'll talk a little bit about their campaigns in a minute. But Kat and I decided to do this, full on together. We launched the same day. We're ending the same day, just a few hours apart, and it's been really cool. I talked about the crossover promotions that we're doing, both digital and physical, so you can get a lot of cool stuff from backing both of us. And I just want to highlight that if you do back both of our campaigns for $1, Kat actually has a $1 tier on her campaign. And by the way, you can find that at lfld.comicfrontline.com. That will take you right to her page, or just search for Like Father, Like Daughter. Let me type it in the chat here. She actually has a $1 tier where you can get, what is it, 7 or 8? Yeah, 8 digital comics. So if you back hers for $1, you're not only getting those 8 comics, you're also getting the Dancer #1 added to that, and the Secrets of Willamette issue 1 added to that if you also back mine for $1. And then if she unlocks her next stretch goal, I think it adds another 7 digital comics. So you're getting like close to 20 comics just by backing both of our Kickstarters at $1. So that's pretty cool, right? That's you can't beat that kind of deal. And hers is doing really well. She's already into her stretch goals as well. She's got 30 hours left on hers, and it's a really cool book. It's issues 1 through 6. So if you haven't checked out Like Father, Like Daughter, you can do a catch-up tier on there and catch up on the whole series. She's got a trade paperback plus issues 5 and 6 available. So definitely go support Kat at Like Father, Like Daughter issues 1 through 6. She's been it's been fantastic to do this with a friend. I've known Kat for years now, and collaborating on this, it's kept us both sane, because we both kind of been under a lot of stress lately. So it's been good to have her to bounce off of, and vice versa. So, but I talked about my 20 launch buddies. So I've talked about this in multiple places, but basically, when Kat and I decided to team up, I suggested, because I knew a few other people that were launching around the same time, I suggested to her, let's gather them together and like just do the little Facebook chat and cross promote, share each other's Kickstarters and updates and things like that. And it started off with like 5, maybe 6 of us total, and it was going so well and people were so excited about it that they kept asking, hey, can I add, I got this friend launching this on this date. Can I add them to the group and everything? And it blew up to where we had like 20 people in this group. And we were all cross promoting and sharing and, supporting each other's campaigns and everything. And it became this nice little place to go and just kind of basically rant about what's going on in your life and with your campaign, or get some motivation, get pulled up. When you lose a pledge, or you have a slow day or whatever, you got 19 other people in there kind of picking you back up, and encouraging you to raise your head and keep moving forward. And I think everybody was really pleased with how it went, and it kept everybody positive and happy. And it was a really cool experience. It was a lot to keep up with, and if you've ever been in a big group chat like that, there's a lot of messages, and I constantly fell behind. And with everything else going on, and driving back and forth to San Antonio 3 times in the past month, it's been a lot to keep up with, but it's been great having them. And a lot of them, their campaigns are already over. I think all of us except for one of us have funded at this point. Kurt Zauer, who has Spectrus and Sabanium, which I actually did the Kickstarter page design for, he was past this funding goal, and then he lost a big backer, so he dropped just under. So he's got, I think, 9 days to go. But if you want to go check out a really cool campaign, his book looks really good. So go check that out, Spectrus and Sabanian, issue number 1. It is, like I said, live for another 9 days, and he's really close now. I think he's less than 50 away from getting back up to his funding goal. He may already be there by now. I haven't checked it recently, but yeah. So I think he was the only one. The rest of us are all funded. Just a great group of people, and we've all been really supportive of each other. Miskatonic High is one of the people. Mike Shea, Stephen Prince, who gave me a thumbs up. Thanks, Steve. Has Matador. Monster Matador. Tango of the Matadors, issue number 1. Going on through July 3rd. We got The Jump from Ryland Grant going through July 2nd. Hollowed issues 1 and 2 through June 27th, so just a couple days after mine. Duplicate from Carlin Nappy ends on July 10th, which is actually my mom's and my brother's birthday, so that's a good date to end on. So all these are funded, and my buddy Rob Multari just launched Night Wolf this morning, issues 1 through 4. So go check that out as well. That runs through July 14th. My buddy Dan Sin has Big House Blues and the Squad going on right now. So a lot of great Kickstarters out there if you're looking for some more stuff to support. A lot of friends of mine doing the thing, and they're all funded, so that's really cool, except for Rob, who just launched his. And Charlie Stickney's The Adept, which is killing it. I mean, last I checked, I think it was almost 23,000 with like 20 days to go, so they're doing amazing. So that's really cool. So all kinds of cool Kickstarters going on right now. It was a questionable time to launch a Kickstarter campaign. A lot of things happened that we weren't expecting, obviously, and it was a little hard at first. But I think we all bounced back from that, and we're all doing well. And like I said, the support from everybody has been incredible. So I don't know if I would have had the gusto to do it if not for all the support and encouragement that I did have this time around. And I think Kat would probably say the same thing. It would have been really hard if we were on our own through this whole process, but we've all been fortunate enough to have each other. So it's been an amazing experience for this one. So I can't complain. I can't complain because it's done so well in the midst of so much going on. So I talked a little about the stuff that was going on in my world around this Kickstarter at the beginning of this, and nobody was watching at the time, so I don't know who heard it. I guess you can go back and rewatch it, but throughout the whole process of this, just to recap, I got married right before I launched, like 2 weeks before I launched this Kickstarter. So I was planning a wedding and planning a Kickstarter, and at the same time, I was designing 3 other Kickstarter pages for other people. I was designing Cats, I was designing Steve's for Monster Matador, and I was designing Kurt's for Spectrus and Sabanian, and of course mine. So I was working on all these Kickstarter pages at the same time, plus other work on top of that, plus planning a wedding, driving back and forth to San Antonio. And then after the wedding, we were house hunting. So I was going back and forth to San Antonio trying to find a house. and do all that. And at the meantime, trying to promote a Kickstarter and trying to catch up on work. Then if any of my clients are watching, I'm a little behind. So Will Allred, my good buddy Will, he has been very patient with me on a book that he's hired me to work on logo and lettering for. So just so much going on, and it's a wonder that I was able to promote this as much as I have. That's why this is the first Facebook Live that I've had a chance to do. I will say tomorrow night I am going to be on Mike Watson's Chat and Draw. So if you're around, I think we're doing that at 10 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. So kind of wrapping up the final hours of the Kickstarter. So tune in for that. And we'll be talking more about it there. I'm sure he'll have plenty of questions for me, and we'll just we'll be chatting in general. But I'm going to start wrapping this up. If anybody has any questions about the Kickstarter, about life, about comics, about whatever, I don't care. I'll stick around for a few minutes and answer anything. So just post a comment and let me know. And I guess I should give you the link for. I've been talking all this time, and I've not given the link for this Kickstarter yet. That is just sad. You see, I don't do this very often, these live streams, because I forget to do stuff. I'm used to having, like, we do our weekly show on Comic Frontline every Tuesday night, which we had a great show last night. It was a very quick show because there was no news and very few comics, so we didn't have a whole lot to talk about. There we go. That link will take you to the Kickstarter. You can just search The Last Ember on Kickstarter, but that's reforged.lastemberpress.com. And I'm so silly because I actually created a banner with the link and never put it up because I am smart. And also did a ticker tape. So they oh, I go to the trouble of setting all this up beforehand, and then I forget to actually share it. Kickstarter brain. That's what's going on. I'm going to show off because I totally lost train of thought and I don't know what I was talking about now. So I'm going to show off some of the other covers. Share screen. Here is that full cover of that image in the background. Just a gorgeous cover by Federico and Andrea. I am just so thrilled with this cover. And then we also have, this one is from Yasmin Flores Montanez. This was the first variant that I commissioned for this one. And I want to do another public congrats to Yasmin. She just recently announced that she is illustrating Goosebumps for IDW. So that is really cool. If you're a Goosebumps fan, you're going to love it. It's going to have this art in it. She is just an amazing artist. She's really great to work with. She's been super supportive. She shared the campaign several times. She's I don't know. I'm really glad that I got a chance to work with her, and I hope that I'll be able to do some variant covers with her in the future as well. And then of course there's the main cover from Rudy. This is one of my favorite pieces that I have of Ember. Lisa, she's a very critical of herself. She did the coloring on this one, and she's never been happy with it. She actually recolored it at some point. This is the redone version, but I love this piece. I think it's gorgeous. And then I do want to show this off. I haven't really talked about this much. This is a piece that I had contracted by Rudy. Rudy did this as well, and I had it colored by a friend of mine, Wes Hartman, who is a DC. He's worked for DC and I think Marvel as well, and various other companies. He actually did there was a mini series based on the NBC show called Chuck, and he actually did the colors on that comic, I believe. But he was kind enough to take the time to do the coloring on this, and this is a beautiful print that I have for people that backed the Last Ember, the first Last Ember campaign that I did, and come back and back this one as well. So if you back both of those, you get this print. And eventually I'm going to use this as a cover or something because it's too gorgeous to waste. I love, and this the fire on the bottom and coming out of the eyes, that was not in the original piece. Wes did that. He just added that. And at first I was like, that's a little strange coming out of the eyes. And then I was like, the more I looked at it, I'm like, I kind of actually really like that. He actually sent me both versions, and I decided to go with the one with the fire coming out of her eyes because it just looks too cool. So I'm really thrilled with this piece as well. So we just have some amazing art for this book. I can't get over it. It's just I'm beside myself with how beautiful all this art is for this book. So stretch goals we've got unlocked. By the way, if you back this campaign at any physical level, you're also getting a double-sided bookmark, a upgraded cover stock. So we're doing a thicker cover for it. Thankfully, it is 60 pages, so that'll be nice. You're getting a coaster, you're getting a signed book plate, you're getting a set of Ember buttons, and then everybody at 25 and over is getting that magnet that I talked about earlier in the stream. So lots of cool extras. Not to mention all the extras you're already getting with whatever tiers you're backing at. So that's really cool. And again, I have the add-on menu, and I guess that's it. Yeah. So 35-ish hours to go, and hope to see you there. Reforged.lastemberpress.com, or just search The Last Ember on Kickstarter, and you'll find it. Ends again at midnight Central Time tomorrow night. So that is 1 a.m. or 12:59 p.m. No, I guess that would still be a.m. wouldn't it? 12:59 a.m. Eastern Time, or 9:59 p.m. Pacific Time, I think. Something like that. Yeah. So again, I'll be on Mike Watson's Chat and Draw tomorrow night, bringing in the final hours for this. So thank you, Jordan, and everybody else that has joined me for the stream. If you have any comments post live, if you get a chance to watch this, if you have any questions or whatever, just go ahead and post them, and I will come back and check it later, and I'll try to address everybody. So yeah, guess I'm going to wrap it up because I've been going for a while now. Over 40 minutes. I did not expect to go this long. So thanks for watching. Thanks for backing, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.